Well, there's plenty of glitz and glamour at this FIFA World Cup draw. We have musical performances, a touch of Hollywood, as well as some of the biggest sporting names. But it really all comes down to the draw itself. And of course, it took quite a while to go through all of the teams in this draw, given it's a vastly expanded competition. 48 teams this time round, much more than the normal 32 that we've come to expect. And I'll pick out some of the highlights for the Africa teams. South Africa, of course, back at a FIFA World Cup. They've been drawn in Group A with Mexico and South Korea. Morocco, of course, who did so well last time round. They are in Group C with Brazil, Haiti and Scotland. Cabo Verde, the reward for them is for reaching this World Cup is a group with Spain, Saudi Arabia and Uruguay. Senegal up against France. That, of course, is going to be a mouth-watering clash. And then, of course, there's Ghana into a group that includes England, Croatia and Panama. Now, a little earlier, I caught up with Otto Addo, the Ghana coach. This is what he had to say.
Yes, it's a tough group, for sure. But I know also we are also a tough opponent, difficult to beat. So for everyone, it's going to be tough. I said it before, we need a good start to get in well into the tournament, and then we'll see. I think they're a worse group, to be honest.
Obviously, I was there in 2010 when Ghana went quite deep into the competition, had carried the continent. Mm-hmm. How far do you feel the African teams can go in this tournament?
Further than before, because surely there are more teams, but there are also more African teams, and the probability for us is now higher that we have maybe 2 or 3 teams going further. And like I said, in knockout stage, everything can happen. There's a lot of it's not only the team with the best players which will win, but I think Morocco has shown that if you have a strong unity, if you have a good fighting spirits, and then I think they have also good coach with a lot of tactical knowledge, you can go far, and anything can happen.
And spare a thought too for Algeria. They have a mouth-watering tie against the holders, Argentina, to look forward to. Dan Williams, CGTN, Washington.
Right now, for more on the 2026 FIFA World Cup draw, we're pleased to welcome to the program African football expert Marwan Saeed, who joins us from Cairo, Egypt, and veteran sports journalist William Juguna, who is here with me in studio. Gentlemen, thank you for joining us on the program. Marwan, I'll start with you. Do you think that the African teams got a fair draw here?
I think some teams got a draw which they thought would be worse. If anything, all African nations are just thanking God they're not Senegal at the moment, seeing that they're playing against France, they're playing against Norway, we're seeing Mbappe, Haaland. So it's basically, we can say it's the group of death in this World Cup. But we can see that many of the qualified teams, they have intriguing games ahead, like South Africa are playing Mexico again in a replay of the 2010 match which they won. We're seeing Egypt in a group with unfamiliar faces like Iran. We're seeing as well Algeria in a tough spot with obviously Argentina, the title holders. So as well as Ghana, who go to the World Cup to face Croatia, England, and as well one of the host nations. So it's kind of a mixed spot when we speak about teams. Some teams have a very difficult group, others are there to experience it for the first time. But I think all in all, like the Ghanaian side, they just said in your report, they're looking at Morocco as the benchmark where they did it. So why can't we? Anything can happen. It's the magic of the World Cup. And I believe this is the spirit that all African nations need to go into the World Cup, because we have something to look at actually. And it's not just talk. No, it's something that happened in real life. So getting into that spirit prior to the World Cup will obviously boost the morale really high. And we do not expect us to go downbeat with the tournament about to start.
Right. William, let me bring you in here. Curiously, as we saw from the draw yesterday, we got a repeat of the opening fixtures to the 2002 and the 2010 World Cups, where in Japan, South Korea and South Africa. Talk to me about the chances that Senegal and South Africa have against France and Mexico next summer.
It's going to be very tough for France against Senegal and Norway. I think they'll really have to play out of their skins to be amongst maybe the 8 best placed third teams. That's a very tough pool, and as our friend in Egypt has said, you've got Kylian Mbappe, you've got Haaland there. It's going to be very, very tough for Senegal. For South Africa also, it's also going to be very tough for them because Mexico, being a host nation, very strong at home. By the way, they've adapted to the hot climatic weather in summer. I think some teams have gotten it very easy for the World Cup from Africa. Others are going to find it very, very rough. It's going to be very, very tough for them. And the key is that maybe they just need to finish third, win a game, draw a game, lose one, get 4 points, and who knows, maybe you are maybe amongst the third best placed teams to advance to the round of 32. Yes.
All right, Marwan, let me come back to you and talking closer to home there. For Egypt, they will be returning to the World Cup having never advanced past the group stage. How do you see Mohamed Salah and his team faring against Belgium, Iran and New Zealand, and which fixture are you looking forward to the most in that group?
If we're going to speak about the general idea of qualifying to the next round, then I believe at this moment, if we're talking right now, we have a very high chance because we're going to play in conditions or hot conditions, and we are used to it. Players like, for example, from Belgium, they may not, New Zealand, they may not be used to this playing conditions at such a high temperature. So from the conditions side, okay, we have a chance. If we look at the opponents in regards to Belgium, this is not me saying that we'll beat them, but we already beat them the last time we faced them. We beat them back in 2005. So we have somewhat of a strong record against them. In regards to New Zealand, not so much with the first team. The last game I can remember is the game in the Olympics, which I don't want to remember at all. We were fasting, and our striker, he missed a lot of chances, and it was just havoc. But in regards to the fixture that I'm looking forward to the most is Iran, because we've never faced them. So I don't know exactly how this match will pan off, seeing that this is a side we have no record at all in history where we can say, okay, we have an advantage over them or not. But I suspect that it would be between us and Iran for the second ticket with Belgium. I believe Belgium will qualify out of this group. I think this is our biggest chance yet to go to the next round in the World Cup.
All right, William, coming back to you and moving away from African football, the so-called 2 biggest names in the sport, so that's of course Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. The title holders, Argentina and Portugal, got relatively easy pools. What's your take on this?
I think for me, yes, it's relatively easy, but I think the World Cup will be won by European team. I think for me, my top 3 teams are Spain, France and Portugal to win the World Cup. And the way the World Cup draw has been done, Spain, France, England, and Argentina don't meet until the semi-finals. So I think if all those teams top their group, including Argentina and Portugal, they probably go all the way to the semi-finals, and it's a good draw for them. I think the African teams have been given, with the exception of maybe Morocco and Egypt, who are in very favorably good pools. I think maybe FIFA wants Messi and Ronaldo to meet in the final, but honestly speaking, I think the World Cup is coming back to Europe. I don't see a South American team winning it again.
Interesting, and a hint of conspiracy theory there.